Air in the back, add fuel, bang, exhaust out the front. Motorcycles have been doing it this way since the Daimler Wright wagon, and that was made of wood. Very few have strayed from convention, and almost none of them recently, except for this. The 2015 to present Yamaha Dirtliner features a reverse rearward engine that looks like it was installed by somebody who didn't read the manual. Yamaha stuck with them for 10 years, so what's the big idea? Today's video is brought to you by the Fortnine Group's boating store, Defender Marine. Defender has been serving the boating community since 1938 and has proven itself as the go-to choice for practical boating gear. And now, since joining the Fortnine Group, you can access them all across North America on Defender.com and Defender.ca. And if you already like shopping on Fortnine, you'll feel right at home here. Seriously, doesn't this look familiar? All the brands you want, all the parts you need, real boaters you can talk to, free shipping over $99, and easy returns.
Thank you. And there's actually never been a better time to shop on Defender.com because right now we're having a huge spring mega sale. Wake your boat from hibernation with Defender and enjoy huge seasonal discounts on all the gear you need. But don't worry, if you miss the sale, you can always defend your wallet on Defender.com with some of the most competitive prices online.
We're dedicated to the DIYers and people that really take pride in their watercraft. And because every project is unique, you can save time and money by contacting one of our knowledgeable experts at our in-store location in Waterford, Connecticut, using the Outfitter Specialist program.
Thanks. Yeah, Defender doesn't care if your motor's forward or backward, or even if it's full of spiders. They have the gear and the expertise to help us keep it humming.
Mass centralization. This was the mantra echoing through Yamaha R&D in the mid-2010s. You see, modern four-stroke motocross bikes all weigh roughly the same, and they all make roughly the same horsepower. That's largely because motocross racing rulebooks leave very little room for imagination. But when every manufacturer is forced to build the same basic athlete, how do you gain an edge? By changing how the athlete performs. In this case, where it carries its weight. By moving the cylinder rearward and actually tilting it back, Yamaha was able to move the heaviest part to the bike's center. And while they were there, they did one better. They moved the gas tank underneath the seat to keep that sloshing liquid weight low and central. This did create a real estate crisis, however. Where was the airbox and intake going to go? So Yamaha played the Uno reverse card and flipped the engine 180 degrees. Then used the space normally reserved for the fuel tank to house a massive airbox. And amazingly, the result doesn't just centralize the mass, it makes the WR the easiest dirt bike in history to service. Pull 3 Zeus fasteners and you have complete top-down access to the air filter, and underneath that, the throttle body and injection system. Compare that to any other motorcycle where the fuel system is buried in the frame, and an air filter service requires a Mola Ram-style heart sacrifice through a tiny hole in the side of the airbox. Heart sacrifices aside, this design still has plenty of RAM. These radiator shrouds are actually massive horn-shaped intake channels that snorkel air directly into the engine. It's a mechanical paradox, a design built for ruthless high-speed efficiency that also ends up being the most user-friendly part. Consider it repentance for the previous generation, where sadistic, extra-jointed engineers allegedly started with a carburetor and built the rest of the bike around it. This exhaust, kind of weird, eh? If it already exits out the back, then why wrap it around the cylinder in a 360-degree loop? The answer is scavenging. A 4-stroke exhaust isn't just a waste pipe, it's a vacuum cleaner. As an exhaust pulse screams down the header, it leaves a low-pressure wake behind it. Engineers calculate the pipe's tuned length so that this vacuum reaches the exhaust valve exactly when it opens for the next cycle, literally vacuum sucking the spent gases out of the cylinder. Without the loop-to-loop, the pipe would be too short and your low-end torque would vanish. And in the dirt, torque is the only currency that matters. So did a decade of defying convention actually work? Well, on a static scale test, no. The weight distribution is still 47-53, which is industry standard for totally normal. But the scale doesn't paint the whole picture. It's like trying to weigh a barbell and a medicine ball. They both have the same center of gravity, but a wildly different moment of inertia. If I try to spin the barbell, the weights at the end fight me, whereas the medicine ball can be spun on a dime. The Yamaha is the medicine ball. In the air, On the track, or threading through the firs, the Yamaha is more rotatable than any of its peers. The mass centralization isn't just a spec sheet gimmick, it's a physical advantage. I watched Max Anstie take 3 straight wins at the World Supercross in Vancouver on this platform. In fact, all 3 racers on the SX2 podium rode there on Yamahas. In the whoops and jumps, the centralized mass made the blue machines graceful as gazelles. Holy f***, you can't even f***ing walk. This model, the WR250F, is the enduro model of the same bikes that win championships, and that's the way it's been for Yamaha's dirt lineup for decades. The YZ250F motocrosser gets the R&D, and then they detune the engine, soften the suspension, widen the transmission ratios, add a kickstand, a headlight, 18-inch rear wheel, then they ship it. At the end of the day, I'm usually the only 4-stroke rider at the trails. Actually, I'm the only one at the trails today. But the fact of the matter is, 2-strokes are lighter and faster, and they make better enduro bikes. But I fix motorcycles enough as it is, and for me, having a low-maintenance bike with an engine that doesn't blow up every 40 rides, it's enough to sell me on the WR. And after all, having championship-winning technology on my Weekend Warrior, well, it's a pretty fun way to go backwards. Thanks for watching.